Let's be real. Betrayal rarely strikes out of the blue. It's more like a slow burn. Subtle signs of change creep in long before the final, heartbreaking moment. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, "I never saw it coming," only to reflect later and realize there were clues all along? We like to think we're too smart, too intuitive, or too connected to our loved ones to be blindsided. But here's the truth. The warning signs of betrayal are often overlooked, dismissed, or excused. Sometimes because we don't want to believe what's happening, and other times because the signs are so subtle, they're easy to miss. These red flags don't come with flashing neon lights or sirens. They're more like whispers in the noise of daily life. They show up in routine interactions, small inconsistencies, and unspoken changes. But if you learn to recognize them, they can serve as early warnings, giving you a chance to protect yourself before the final blow. Here are 10 potential signs that betrayal might be on the horizon, and how to recognize them before it's too late. Number 1. Changes in routine. Abrupt changes in someone's daily routine can be an early red flag. Maybe they've started working late unexpectedly, canceling plans with vague excuses, or going on last-minute trips they never mentioned before. For example, imagine your partner suddenly saying they need to stay late at work multiple nights a week, yet their workload hasn't noticeably increased. When you ask about it, they shrug it off with a vague, "It's just a lot right now." Sure, there might be innocent explanations, work emergencies happen, but patterns matter. If these changes are paired with evasiveness or defensiveness, it could indicate they're hiding something. Pay attention to deviations from their usual habits, especially if they offer inconsistent or overly detailed explanations for their actions. Number 2. Subtle undermining or criticism. Betrayal often starts in the mind before it manifests in actions, and subtle criticism or undermining behavior can be a sign of internal conflict. For instance, someone who's usually supportive might start nitpicking at your choices, making you feel inadequate, or putting you down under the guise of just being honest. These comments might sound like, "I don't think you're handling this well," or "maybe you're just overreacting." This behavior can be a form of psychological manipulation. It allows the betrayer to shift the blame onto you, justifying their actions by convincing themselves that you're the problem. If this behavior feels persistent, don't ignore it. Address it before it escalates. Number 3. Increased secrecy. When someone becomes noticeably more secretive, it's often because they're hiding something. Maybe they start keeping their phone face down on the table or taking calls in another room. Perhaps they suddenly set new passwords or delete their browsing history. A friend of mine once shared how her partner began locking their phone, something they had never done before. When questioned, they brushed it off, saying, "Everyone does it for security these days." A few weeks later, she discovered they were hiding inappropriate messages. While not all secrecy means betrayal, consistent efforts to conceal information are worth questioning. Number 4. Sudden emotional distance. One of the most painful signs of betrayal is emotional withdrawal. When someone pulls away emotionally, it often signals they're disconnecting from the relationship. For example, they might stop sharing their thoughts and feelings, seem less affectionate, or avoid deep conversations. You may find yourself constantly initiating communication while they respond with one-word answers. This shift can be caused by many factors like stress or personal issues, but if it's paired with other signs like secrecy or lying, it's important to take it seriously. Number 5. Frequent lying or omitting information. Lying is an obvious red flag, but it doesn't always start with big, obvious lies. Betrayal often begins with smaller, seemingly harmless deceptions. For example, they might tell you they were at the grocery store when they were actually out with someone else. Or they might omit crucial details like who they were with or why they were late. It's easy to excuse small lies, but remember, dishonesty creates a pattern. Over time, those small lies can build into bigger ones, making it easier for them to justify larger betrayals. Number 6. Spending more time with new people. Have you noticed them spending more time with new friends or colleagues, especially without including you? While forming new connections is natural, secrecy or prioritizing these relationships over existing ones can be a red flag. For instance, if they frequently mention a coworker you've never met or seem defensive when you ask about their plans, it might be time to pay attention. Sometimes, these new connections become the gateway for betrayal, as emotional or physical boundaries start to blur. Number 7. Sudden interest in your reactions. It's normal for someone to care about your opinions, but if they suddenly start overanalyzing your reactions, it might indicate something deeper. For example, they might ask questions like, "How would you feel if I had to work out of town more often?" Or watch your expression closely during certain conversations. This behavior could mean they're testing the waters to gauge how much you suspect or how much you tolerate. If their curiosity feels out of place, it's worth noting. Number 8. Defensiveness or irritability. Have they started snapping at you over innocent questions? Or acting defensive when you bring up routine topics? Defensiveness often masks guilt. For example, if you ask, "How was your day?" and they react with, "Why are you interrogating me?" it could indicate they're hiding something. This behavior shifts attention away from them, making you feel like you're overstepping instead of addressing the real issue. Number 9. Over-justifying or over-explaining. People who are hiding something often overcompensate by offering excessive explanations. For instance, if you casually ask why they were late, they might respond with an elaborate story. "I left work late, then there was traffic, and then I had to stop for gas, but I didn't realize I forgot my wallet at home." While these details might seem harmless, over-explaining can signal guilt. Listen to your instincts. If their story feels unnecessarily detailed, consider why they feel the need to justify themselves. Number 10. Unusual financial transactions. Money often reveals what words conceal. Unexplained expenses, hidden accounts, or sudden changes in financial habits can all point to betrayal. For example, if you notice charges for restaurants they didn't mention visiting or large cash withdrawals without explanation, don't ignore it. Financial deception can erode trust and often indicates deeper issues. Remember, not every instance of these behaviors guarantees betrayal, but if you notice a combination of them, it's worth having an honest conversation. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and recognizing these signs early can help you protect yourself and address the issue before it's too late. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe for more insightful content. Thanks for watching.